Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are breaking down Liverpool's dominant win over Real Madrid in the Champions League. From high pressing to set-piece innovation, we'll analyze how Klopp's methods have been perfected under Slots. Let's dive in. Liverpool stuck with their trusty 4-2-3-1 formation, pretty much the same setup we saw against Southampton, except for one tweak. Curtis Jones started ahead of Dominic Szoboszlai. Real Madrid, on the other hand, went for a 4-4-2, making two changes from their Leganes game. Luka Modric and Brahim Diaz came in, replacing injured Vinicius Jr. and Dani Ceballos. A different dynamic for both teams to kick off this massive Champions League clash. Madrid pressed in their 4-4-2 shape, staying true to their lineup. Up front, Mbappe and Diaz led the press with a clear plan. They started by shadowing Gravenberch to cut off his options, then pounced Mbappe closing in on Konate, while Diaz went after Van Dijk, keeping Gravenberch in his shadow. In midfield, Bellingham and Güler took charge, locking on to Bradley and Robertson to ensure Liverpool's fullbacks had no easy way out. A well-drilled press from Madrid, showing their intent right from the start. McAllister played a clever role in Liverpool's build-up by pulling out wide to receive the ball. This was a smart move to stretch Madrid's two-man midfield, forcing Camavinga to step out of position and follow him. It was all about creating those little pockets of space for Liverpool to exploit. This was a risky approach from Madrid. By stretching their midfield to track movements like McAllister's, they left themselves exposed in the center. Look at this moment. Modric is overloaded, trying to deal with both Nunes and Curtis Jones. But despite having the numbers advantage, Liverpool didn't capitalize. Instead of using the central areas to play out, they let the opportunity slip, a missed chance to really punish Madrid's gamble. So, how did Liverpool beat Madrid's press? It came down to exploiting the gaps Madrid left behind, with Diaz shadowing Gravenberch, but not pressing aggressively. Gravenberch found pockets of space to receive the ball. Liverpool's centre-backs picked him out, bypassing at least three Madrid players in the process. From there, Liverpool found themselves in a 3 versus 2 against Madrid's midfield. This gave either McAllister or Curtis Jones the chance to break free, receive the ball behind Madrid's midfield, and progress it to Salah or Diaz. Just like that, the press was broken. Another clever tactic Liverpool used was McAllister receiving the ball in traffic. He'd position himself in tight spaces, knowing that if he could pull off a quick bounce pass to Gravenberch, the press would be broken. Gravenberch, to his credit, was excellent at freeing himself in these moments. Once he got the ball, he'd immediately look to play through the lines, pushing Liverpool into dangerous areas, a textbook way to deal with Madrid's pressure. There were moments when Madrid's press lost its edge. They either lacked the intensity or didn't cover the right passing angles, which gave Liverpool an easy route to play out from the back. In these situations, Liverpool's build-up looked comfortable, moving the ball with little resistance and bypassing Madrid's midfield with ease. It wasn't the consistent high press approach you would expect in a game of this magnitude. When Liverpool tried to use their fullbacks to play out, Madrid responded smartly. Ferland Mendy and Fede Valverde stayed tight to Salah and Diaz, cutting off their options out wide. At the same time, Modric and Camavinga tracked Curtis Jones and McAllister into the channels, ensuring Liverpool couldn't find easy passing lanes through midfield. Madrid's defensive structure in these moments was spot on. After their initial press, Madrid dropped into a 4-4-2 mid to low block, making it tough for Liverpool to break them down. They stayed compact and disciplined, forcing Liverpool to work hard for openings. From those deeper positions, Madrid did an excellent job winning the ball back, with Camavinga being especially impressive. He was everywhere, breaking up play and setting up counters. It was classic Madrid, soaking up pressure and looking deadly on the break. Madrid's game plan was clear: win the ball and launch quick, explosive counterattacks. They executed this strategy all game, looking to get the ball to Bellingham for his powerful surging runs, and Mbappe, who was always ready to exploit space with his blistering pace. These fast transitions were a constant threat, with both players capable of turning defense into attack in an instant. Liverpool's counter press was a standout feature in this match. They did a great job outnumbering Madrid's attackers, quickly recovering the ball and getting enough bodies back to stop most of their counters. It wasn't just about the defensive players. Liverpool's forwards, including Nunes and Salah, showed a real willingness to track back, helping to disrupt Madrid's transitions. With at least 5 players behind the ball, Liverpool's defensive structure was solid and highly effective. Liverpool's press was as intense as ever. Sticking to their usual 4-2-4 shape, it was a man-to-man press, with Nunes and McAllister leading the charge, making sure to press every time Madrid had the ball in their own third. Their high press was relentless, forcing Madrid all the way back to Courtois. It was clear Liverpool wanted to disrupt Madrid's build-up from the back, and they did just that with great intensity. Madrid did a solid job playing out from the back when Liverpool pressed. Their midfielders did well to free themselves, finding pockets of space as Liverpool's fullbacks focused on pressing their wingers. When that didn't work, Madrid often went long, bypassing the press altogether. It was a mix of trying to play through and over Liverpool's high press, depending on the situation. The problem for Madrid was their attackers took too long to release the final ball or link up effectively with their teammates. There was a lot of sloppiness, especially from Modric and Mbappe. Their hesitations or poor decision making caused several promising attacks to break down, preventing Madrid from capitalizing on those counter-attacking opportunities. That sloppiness in Madrid's attacks played right into Liverpool's hands. Every time Madrid lost possession or failed to link up, Liverpool pounced, winning the ball back and launching their own transitions. When Madrid's defense wasn't fully set, Liverpool looked lethal. Nunes, Salah and Diaz all posed real threats on the break. Those moments when Liverpool created their best chances, exploiting Madrid's defensive gaps with pace and precision. Madrid's plan, aside from their counter-attacks, was to exploit space behind Liverpool's defense, particularly with Mbappe's pace. However, he didn't make as many runs in behind as you might expect, often preferring the ball to feet instead. Madrid also looked to get Mbappe involved in wide areas, hoping to stretch Liverpool's defense and start attacks from there. But without those deep runs, it didn't quite have the same effect. In attack, Madrid's shape was all about width and rotation. Mendy and Valverde pushed high up to the wide areas, with Mbappe often cutting inside to exploit the space. Güler started out wide, but would drift inside, while Diaz played more centrally, creating movement through the middle. Bellingham, as a roaming number 10, had the freedom to pop up wherever needed, adding to the fluidity. It was classic Ancelotti football. Lots of positional rotations to confuse Liverpool's defensive setup and create overloads in key areas. Similar to Madrid, Liverpool's settle attacks relied on rotations and quick movements to break down their defense. They didn't just stay static. Players constantly shifted positions, making it hard for Madrid to track them. The key was the constant movement of the ball, with players like Nunes, Salah and McAllister linking up through clever combinational plays. These intricate passes and runs in behind created real threats and kept Madrid's defenders guessing. Let's quickly touch on Liverpool's set-piece plan, which was really clever. Robertson started his run from a position in front of the goalkeeper, so Madrid couldn't predict what he was doing. Meanwhile, Diaz positioned himself at the back post and worked to free himself as the play developed. The ball was delivered and headers from Van Dijk, Konate and Nunes all created chaos. Then Diaz made a well-timed arcing run into the penalty area, with Robertson and the headers cleverly blocking Bellingham at the front post, as well as disrupting the rest of Madrid's defense. The decoy runs opened up a free shot for Diaz, brilliantly executed. In the second half, Liverpool really stepped up the intensity. Their sustained attacks and counter-pressing were relentless, winning almost every second ball and suffocating Madrid's attempts to get out. At times, Liverpool didn't even need to build up through midfield. They just hacked the ball forward, going for the second ball, and immediately put pressure on Madrid. It was a physical, high-energy performance that made it almost impossible for Madrid to get any rhythm going. In the second half, Liverpool's press became even more effective. They switched to a zonal system, with Jones and McAllister keeping close tabs on Modric and Camavinga. Meanwhile, Bradley had the job of marking either Bellingham or Mendy, but he didn't commit until the ball was played to them, forcing Courtois to play down one side of the pitch. Konate also adapted, following Mbappe into midfield, not allowing him the space to run behind. This disciplined, well-organized press completely shut Madrid out of the final third, preventing them from creating anything until Liverpool finally scored. A masterclass in high pressing and defensive control. In Liverpool's attacks, they did an excellent job of occupying the box, always ensuring there were players in dangerous positions. Bradley's runs from right back into the half spaces and into the box were particularly threatening, and McAllister was key in finding him with well-timed passes. The combination play around the box was fluid, with players like McAllister, Nunes and Salah linking up seamlessly, always looking for those moments to break through Madrid's defense. It was a constant wave of pressure, making it difficult for Madrid to contain Liverpool's attacking movement. Madrid, of course, tried to fight back, pressing higher and pushing for a goal, but in doing so, they actually opened up more space for Liverpool to exploit. With more room to counter, Liverpool's attacking players, especially Nunes, Salah and Diaz, were able to hit Madrid on the break, using their speed and precision to punish the gaps left in Madrid's defense. It played right into Liverpool's hands, giving them even more opportunity to launch dangerous fast attacks. Madrid did make some changes, with Camavinga going off injured and Calabos and Vasquez coming on. Valverde dropped back into midfield. Diaz moved to the left, Mbappe went central, and Bellingham took up the number 10 role. Güler was also subbed off. These changes gave Madrid a bit more structure, and finally, they managed to get their first dangerous attack of the night. They earned a deserved penalty, which seemed like a lucky lifeline, but Mbappe missed it. A huge moment and a missed opportunity for Madrid to get back into the game. Liverpool sealed the deal with another well-executed set piece, showing their creativity once again. Cody Gakpo's goal was a sensationally executed, smart corner routine. Let's break down how Liverpool doubled their lead in the 76th minute against Real Madrid. Robertson took the corner and instead of the usual delivery, he played a clever short pass to Jones, catching Madrid off guard. With Madrid outnumbering Liverpool 6-2 in the 6-yard box, it was the perfect move to shift the balance and create space for the second phase delivery. Jones laid the ball back to Robertson, setting up a potential cross. The beauty of this short combination between the two was how it changed the angle and shortened the distance to the 6-yard box. By doing so, it manipulated Real Madrid's defensive line, pulling them out of position and creating the perfect opportunity for dangerous delivery into the box. Robertson's in-swinging cross was inch perfect, finding Gakpo in the perfect spot. Thanks to Modric failing to maintain the defensive line, Gakpo was clearly onside and made no mistake with a powerful header. Courtois had absolutely no chance to stop it. What a finish. Liverpool ended the game as by far the better team, with Madrid struggling to keep up. Whether injuries played a role for Madrid, it's hard to say, but Liverpool's ability to thrive in different game states was clear. When the game became chaotic, Madrid simply couldn't cope, while Liverpool's players, who have thrived under Klopp's high-intensity style, seem right at home. Under Slot, Liverpool are now top of the table in Champions League, having won all their group games. It was a truly impressive performance, both tactically and physically. What a performance from Liverpool, controlled, intense and clinical. They proved why they are top of the UCL table, leaving Madrid with no answers. Slot's tactical setup was spot on, and the players delivered in every department. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth analysis, and drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you think Liverpool can go even further this season? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. You will never walk alone.